Welcome to the Flights of the Round Table podcast, broadcasting from the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. And now, here are your hosts, Dan, Drew, Daniel, and Florian.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, grab your library card, grab your whiskey, because we have the distinct opportunity today to be at the Whiskey Library with the whiskey connoisseur himself, Anthony Riccardi. How are you doing, Anthony? Thanks for having us here.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming. Doing well. How about you?
I'm doing good. Does Red Bull really give you wings?
That's the age-old question.
That's the first question, right?
I guess so.
I don't know. All I drink is the sugar-free, and it's like one wing, so I'm kind of just going around in a circle.
I like that. That's good. You're like that car you see on the highway with like a flat tire, just going around.
Just going in circles.
That's good.
But as I said, we are in this setup, folks. If you guys could see it, so many bottles of whiskey and bourbon. It's just an incredible setup. And Anthony, for you, where did all this start?
So I like to say this started when I was very, very young. So before I was able to drink, before legal age, we should say. I believe it was when I was teething, to tell you the truth.
No, wow.
Yeah. My mother used to rub a little bit of Jack Daniels on my gums to, soothe soothe the pain while I was teething. And I like to tell everybody that's where I got my first taste of whiskey. And it was all downhill from there.
I thought you were going to say she'd let you like chew on the corks. That'd have been something.
That would have been fun too.
Yeah.
But with no teeth, that'd be a little difficult.
True.
Some Brazilian gums.
Yeah.
No gingivitis for you.
That's a new style of pacifier, the whiskey corks.
Yeah, the whiskey corks.
Things were done a lot different back in the day.
Yeah, I was going to say, like in today's day and age, my
no.
God, the cancellations. I did cancel your Netflix subscription. I mean, canceled.
Yeah, that'd be
They might
done.
cancel her as my mother. So, yeah.
So we were talking about in the show, you have over 1,000 bottles here. So 1,000 bottles, guys. So what's the exact count again?
1,099 as of today. Yep, just did my inventory.
1,099.
That's so many. I mean, most people probably have like one or two in their liquor cabinet, if you have a liquor cabinet,
Yeah.
And most of the time it's in like the decanters and everything. It's not in the distinct bottles that everybody has. I fall victim to that.
Yeah. I like to put it out on display. I mean, the wall behind you guys, the actual library shelves here, it serves a great purpose, and it's not just to hold books, but it's also it's to hold stories, and these bottles definitely tell a story. So each one of them tells a different story, and we can get into a few of those later on.
Oh, yeah.
But definitely stories, just not in terms of books.
Guys, thanks again for tuning in. We are the Flights to the Round Table podcast because we drink flights of beer. Today we are drinking whiskey, so we've upgraded, and we set it a round table today, square table.
We are at a
That's
square
also
table.
okay.
Yeah, and we have this beautiful selection of whiskeys and scotches in front of us that we're going to get into. Anthony, you live in a beautiful neighborhood.
Thank you.
You guys have a lot of, the lawns that I've seen look phenomenal. I'm sure, people are mowing their lawn constantly. What would be your reaction if middle of the night, 10 o'clock, everyone's getting ready for bed, one of your neighbors is out mowing his lawn? Would you, A, just aggressively tell him to stop, B, ask him if he's accepted Jesus Christ as his Lord and Savior, C,
Join them.
join him, or D, invite him in for a glass of whiskey or scotch?
It's really funny you asked me that, because I am really good friends with my neighbor over here. First off, I would go out there and ask him if he's found Jesus, because about to put my foot in his ass. Second off, definitely invite him in for a pour. Like, what the hell are you doing outside? There has to be something going on with your life right now that you need a drink. Like now, if you're doing the lawn at 10 o'clock at night, unless you know something I don't, and something's going to happen tomorrow to where I can't do my lawn either. No, we have a great relationship here in the neighborhood. I was president of the HOA for quite a while in this neighborhood, so I know a lot of the folks. All jokes aside, good people. But no, that's definitely funny. I was not expecting a question like that, but
We-
10 o'clock at night. That's not too bad. I mean, you talk like 2 o'clock in the morning, maybe.
See, I told you we should change it a little bit later.
2 o'clock
All
in
right.
the morning.
I mean, I'm usually just going to sleep because I'm watching West Coast hockey games.
That's true.
But yeah, it would definitely involve drinking.
See, that was like a test in like not college. It could be college, high school. Like the last answer is like both A and C. You went 2-2 right there. I like that.
I like that too.
Did you guys ever have in school, like if you were taking an exam and you got like a math exam and you do like the equation and you don't get a number that's a choice, you just select the closest one?
That was the worst. I would always just pick the one that's closest to my wrong answer.
Dan was like, "It's C every time."
Yeah.
Dude, and, hey, when in doubt.
Hey, I'm just saying I passed the final exam because I legitimately close to 50% of the test I didn't study at all. I mean, I was a terrible student. I put C for everything. I passed.
Okay.
A straight C.
One's like C's
all
get
the way down.
degrees.
Yeah, C's
Circle.
get degrees. I passed 10th grade there.
What would you guys do in that situation if you saw your neighbor?
I mean, it's funny to say like you just grab your lawnmower, crank it up, and go start joining them.
That's what I would
But
do.
none of us would actually do that. Like that's a lot of effort for 10 o'clock. You know.
It's a lot of effort for 10 o'clock, but you know what? Like if maybe you just had like a kind of a stale weekend or something like that, and you need a little bit of excitement, who knows how that's going to end? You know, why not? Just do it.
I mean, what day of the week are we talking about?
Oh, Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, Sunday.
Dude,
okay.
imagine that. 10 p.m.
Okay.
on a Sunday.
Sunday scaries.
Well, I feel like it'd be worse on like a 10 p.m. on a Monday, right?
No, Sunday, because you got to go into Monday. Imagine your Mondays, your beginning of the week, you have like 2-3 meetings first thing in the morning.
And
Dude,
grass
you need your
stains.
sleep.
Grass
Huge
stains on
presentation. Oh, dude, yeah. Go for it on a Sunday.
That's good. Speaking of Sundays, it is Sunday, just so you guys know that. And I want to get closer to this whiskey. Let's go ahead and dive in here.
I love
all
that.
about it. What do we got first, Anthony?
Let's. So we set up a flight here. We wanted to get a little crazy. Wanted to get into a few different varieties here. So first one that we're going to do is Scotch, okay, from the Scotland region.
Scotchy.
We are diving into Glenlivet 14-year, okay.
Wow.
So this is the first one that we're diving into, and this is actually a cognac cask selection. So a 14-year cask, and also finished in cognac. Okay, so with Scotch, you're talking about a single malt. Okay, so this is not going to bring the flavors of your typical bourbon of like all your vanillas and caramels. Okay,
Okay.
This is a little bit more muted on those types of flavors. I mean, you know what? Let me let you guys taste it first.
So you said Scotch is single.
So this is a
single malt. So
yeah.
anything more than a single malt is no longer Scotch. You're on a different level there.
Now you can have blended scotches,
Okay.
but this one in particular is a single malt. So
Gotcha.
we're talking about malted barley.
Gotcha. Can you imagine you go to Smoothie King? I'll take the blended.
And for our audience, this is like the lightest one that we
Protein
have out
powder
of everyone.
plus.
So Anthony, take
Right.
us through
So-
the steps
Yeah.
and like trying to so our audience can understand.
So we
How do you
pre-poured
whiskey?
these about 10 minutes ago, right? Just to give it a little bit of oxygen, give it a little bit of air. What we're going to be doing first is I see some of you guys are holding them right now. Okay, kind of hold it by the base of the Glencairn glass. Okay, just so you're not warming it up, and just give it a good little sniff with your mouth open. Okay, so kind of go from one nostril to the other. I'm getting off microphone here while I do that.
You're good.
And it should give you a few different notes while you're sniffing that.
Are you a left nostril or right nostril type of guy?
I'm more in the middle.
Central nostril.
It depends on the day of the week too. I mean, if it's Sunday and I just mowed the lawn, at 10 o'clock at night.
I like it. I like it.
He's the type of day type of person, you know.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
all the type of day.
That's important though.
It is. I agree.
Okay.
So I mean, let me know what you guys are smelling. Now, there's no wrong answers in this regard, and that's what I want to push, because you smell what you smell. Taste is so subjective. Your senses are so subjective. So you get what you get on this.
I'm gonna say
I don't
caramel.
I don't want to influence anything.
I don't
while we're starting.
taste as much caramel in this one, or smell as much. Maybe a tiny bit, but
If anything,
I don't really
feel
think
like it smells kind of sweet, like almost fruit. Like, is there fruit notes in there at all? I don't know.
So you have the cognac. So the
Okay.
cognac cask is a dark fruit. right?
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I this might be weird, like a dried cranberry.
Very good. I like that.
Dried
Yeah.
cranberry.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's just on the nose. I mean, we haven't even tasted it yet.
No.
Right?
So when we do taste it, should you concentrate the liquid on like the front of your tongue, the side of your mouth? What's the?
That's entirely up to you.
Okay.
So wherever your senses take you. Okay. So wherever your palate takes you. Now you're going to get something on the side palate. You're going to get something on the back of the palate. You're even going to get something on the tip of the tongue. Okay. Your first sip is usually to cleanse your palate. So just take a small sip to kind of get started. Don't base any of your reaction off of that first sip. It's usually going to be the second, third sips. You know,
Should you spin it around at
you
all?
can. I mean, it might open up a few of the aromas, and you know, after we're done with the first couple sips, I'll actually let you guys drop a little bit of water in there, and I'll show you how it definitely opens up a few more of the flavors.
So Anthony, I want to show you a video. Daniel showed me this, and I think you tell us if this is the correct steps to trying a whiskey, if this is really what you're supposed to do, and we'll post it in the comments.
I've seen this.
You have?
This guy needs a swift kick in the nuts.
Wait, what is it?
Let's
for?
invite him on and give him one.
He just threw out the whiskey.
He threw it right out.
He just threw it out.
Yeah. So this guy's pouring his glass, swirling it.
Throw it right out. He's like,
That's like when you review your monthly budget. It's like, oh, I spent double the amount on whiskey this month.
Throw it out.
I always tell people there's no wrong way to drink whiskey, but you have to actually drink it. Not just pour it out for the homies every single swirl, right?
I know.
pour it out for the homies every drink, every pour. Throw it over your shoulder.
Whirl it around and throw it out.
By the way, if you guys do that in the library, I will be asking you if you found Jesus.
I think I found Jesus if I did do that. Wow, that's has a little smoky taste to it almost.
Okay.
Super smooth. I think
don't
it's
know.
super smooth.
Maybe not. Maybe.
I agree.
So a lot of whiskey folks refrain from using the word smooth.
Okay.
I'm not one of them. I love the term. I think it needs to come back into whiskey because that's a sensation, right? Smooth is a sensation.
Yeah.
Rough is a sensation. Sharp is a sensation, right? So when you're tasting something like that, why not use the term smooth?
It
I
sounds
agree, 'cause
positive.
Right.
How I calculate smooth is not the actual feeling of it. If I can take a straight drink of alcohol and it doesn't make you bite, doesn't make you clench, doesn't heartburn, that's smooth to me. You know, that the way it goes down the pipes.
Well, this one here is this is only 80 proof, so 40% alcohol. I say only. I know you guys are beer drinkers, so this is 3-4 times what
Oh yeah.
pretty much what you guys are used to, and we're doing 4 of these. So yeah, good luck getting home, fellas.
Yeah. I'm not driving.
Candace, help.
Uber.
Yeah.
No, so we're talking. This is the lowest proof on the table right now. Okay, so the smoothness. I'm glad you thought this was smooth because we're going to get a little bit warmer. Somebody requested a little bit of spice, so I pulled something special out here. Folks watching, you can see it on the table already, but we're going to have some fun here.
Cool.
Yeah.
But don't finish what you have in here yet.
Keep it. Okay.
So what I'll do is I'm going to pass this dropper around.
Oh yeah.
Drop about 3 drops of this water in.
3 drops.
3 drops.
Okay.
Yep.
No. Is there something special about this
1,
water?
2, 3. This is distilled water.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, you want water that does not have any impurities in them. So we are using just 100% distilled water here.
Interesting.
Okay. I like that. Don't be shy, Daniel. Get that drop in there.
You got it.
Now, what does this do?
Yeah,
this is
what's
bringing
this
out
doing?
more flavors.
like a half
I'm going to let you guys see what this
Okay.
does.
Cool.
Okay. Just remember what you first smelled.
Okay.
Remember what you first tasted because we're going to.
Should we shake it around like?
Yeah, you could swirl it around a little bit.
Interesting.
A shake. It's not a margarita.
Shake it.
Yeah, Daniel, you're gonna be that guy that throws it over the shoulder.
That
and
was
starts
Friday,
shaking it.
man. Cinco de Mayo was Friday.
yeah.
Swirl it up. Throw it out.
He was so confident doing it too. It's like, yep, this is the way.
I believe it that's how the way you have to do it. But now that you said, like, fuck that guy,
And the other thing about that video was it still was spinning whenever he threw it out.
Yeah. Like a cyclone.
It's the greatest swirl ever.
Yeah.
Swirly.
Better swirl than a cinnamon roll.
All right, you guys are good.
Cool. Let's give it a nice taste.
We're over here making butter.
Churn butter once or twice. So, you guys are diving right into the taste, but the smell on it, it should have unlocked a few more of
Caramel.
Okay, you get a little bit of
different.
caramel.
Way different, yeah.
So a lot of
Way
times
different.
that water will help the fruits shine a little bit more, especially with the Scotch or with the single malt. Okay?
I was gonna say that it's fruity.
Yeah.
It just
I was gonna s-
turned
Yeah.
fruity.
The
is what I was
lighter
gonna say.
flavors come out.
Correct.
I
So
agree.
stuff that or some of the flavors that are a little bit more muted without the water actually shines a little bit more with a few drops of water.
It's crazy.
I
Fruit
feel,
just
for
came
me, I feel like it
blasting
tastes
out.
not. I don't know if earthy is the right term, but
Earthy's
just
a
like
good term.
oaky or
Yeah.
something. Like,
Okay. Well, I mean, 14 years in oak, you're going to definitely get a little bit of oak
Yeah.
influence
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah.
And
14 years. Yeah.
yeah.
That's impressive, man. It's so
Holy
cool,
moly.
like how long they keep, like just liquid in a barrel. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's cool to think about.
Florian, I want to give you a challenge. From now on, every time you're describing what you're tasting, I want you to do it in a fancy accent.
yeah, I'm just gonna throw
pinky
it.
up.
Swirl it over your shoulder.
That's hilarious. All right, another off the wall
Yeah,
question
do
here.
it.
Okay,
Let's
you
go.
know back in the day in like the Civil War, they like had the drummer guy like, you know, just beating the drum in front of the army. You know, okay, why was that a position one? But anyways, imagine like you were the modern day drummer guy, okay, and you have a boombox
Yeah.
on your back, and you're leading your army into war. What song are you queuing up on there?
on the drums, huh?
No. You
No,
have a
boombox.
boombox.
Oh, a boombox.
It's like modern day. You're the
Well,
modern day
modern
drummer
day.
boy
So
with the
I-
boombox.
So we're talking like 1980s boombox, like D battery boombox type
Yeah,
deal?
giant. And
Okay.
you get to pick the song you lead your squad into army with. What song is going on?
Man, that's a good question right there. Why don't we take a few more sips while I think
Okay.
about it?
I'll go.
Daniel,
I'll
do
go
you got
first.
one?
We got
I'm
Daniel.
going. We are the champion, my friend. You know, I'm starting out with the what Queens, right?
It's very
Little-
confident, right? You haven't even started the battle, and
Haven't
you're
even-
already like, we won.
Yeah, exactly. Confidence is key.
I think we're gonna die if we listen
Yeah.
to that. I'm not hyped at all. We need a hype song. We need something like you want a killer face on. I'm playing. I don't know if you're familiar with the stylings of Future, but
The stylings.
I'm playing Superhero by Future. We're going crazy. I want LeBron Game 6 against the Celtics face on our face. We're absolute killers. We're going to die if we don't do that. So
Yeah,
I'm
we
not
are the
playing We Are the
champions.
Champions. We're putting
Yeah.
on Future. We're going crazy.
Okay, that's cool.
absolutely.
I think it needs to be revisited, Drew's question about how do you get designated as the drummer boy in the war?
Or the boombox holder.
Or the boombox holder, you know what I mean?
You're strong, and your aim is ass. I
Yeah,
guess.
it's usually like the little farm kid, you know. He's like scrawny little guy. He's missed way too many meals, so he can't even hold the
Gun?
what's
The
it?
musket.
The musket,
musket.
right? He can't hold that, so he's barely holding onto that drum. He's got his shoulders for support.
That's why they call it Little Drummer Boy.
but he's probably the only one that knows how to write and read.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Probably.
Yeah, and I don't think they killed the drummers, right? It's like the medics and the drummers they didn't.
They had a
kill.
big red cross on their back,
Yeah.
or an X or something. Like,
Yeah,
just do not hit me.
Yeah,
Please. Yeah,
pretty
do not
much.
stab me.
For me, I would do Eminem, "Lose Yourself." You probably heard
That's
of
a
it.
good one.
Lose
That's a good
yourself in the music.
I like
Good
that.
one. It's a good
Yeah.
one.
I'm on the same line as you. I do Till I Collapse by Eminem.
Oh wow!
Because
Double-
that would
double
get you
M's.
psyched up. I'd be like,
Okay.
you were going to have to shoot me in the head before I collapse.
Yeah.
Well, I really hate to show my age right now.
What do you got?
But I'd probably say Sabbath. A little
I
like
like
Black
that.
Yeah, I
like
Sabbath,
that.
Okay.
or maybe even some AC/DC, some Hell's
Ooh.
Bells or something like that. You know, just like
TNT.
just start getting hyped a little
Yeah,
bit.
some
Start,
hype.
Yeah,
Or
Yeah.
Metallica, maybe. I could do
a
Metallica.
little Metallica. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's classic now.
Papers?
So, yeah,
Great answers. Little K-pop.
K-pop.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna pretend like I don't know that.
I don't even know what that is. So.
Can we ask you why you know that?
No, you may not.
Next question.
Let me swirl this over my back.
Yeah. So have you ever had to okay, you've been around a bunch of people sharing whiskey, drinking other people's whiskey. Have you ever had to lie about liking a whiskey because you didn't want to hurt their feelings?
I feel like it has to be yes, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so
okay.
there are some less wanted whiskeys out there.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's the political way of saying it, right? Some that don't fit my profile. And if you ever hear this will hold up beautifully in a cocktail, if you ever hear that, that's kind of the way of saying
Oh.
this doesn't stand on its own. Like, this isn't something that is really meant for a connoisseur. This isn't really meant for an enthusiast. This is more just for cocktails.
That's a backhanded compliment.
Yeah, that is a backhanded compliment.
That reminds me, we went golfing not too long ago. I'm terrible at golf, but I thought I was really hitting my stride. These guys were hitting me with backhanded compliments. Like, wow, that was far for you. I'm like, damn. Just shoot me already. Like,
if we're getting into golf compliments, I mean, like, oh, it really opens up out there.
Yeah,
that's
another
one, right?
good one.
Yeah,
Great contact there.
Yeah, great contact.
You hit it far. You're into the woods.
You're 3 fairways over, but you should have a line.
You should have a shot.
I think you're right. I think that's one of the best. I think it opens up there after some guy just blatantly slices it into the trees. Yeah, I think you'll be okay.
Yeah,
So you need to hear though. You need
But
that.
no, going back to the question though,
Yeah.
absolutely. There are some times where it's not lying; it's being direct. Okay,
Sure,
that's
sure.
the best way to do it. Whiskey makers really want to know. They want constructive criticism, and a lot of influencers out there are afraid to give their constructive criticism. Okay, they just won't. They won't say anything and just write that whiskey off. But some folks actually, fall back on their word, and they're like, okay, look, this is what I think it could be. Leave it in a barrel for another year. Maybe try that. Maybe try, something else. You're not the one to tell a whiskey maker what to do, okay? But you are a taster. You're their general audience.
Consumer, yeah.
You're the consumer.
sure.
You're the one buying the product. So yeah, if I were a whiskey maker, I would want to know what you're getting out of it. Okay, does it taste young to you? Does it taste sharp? Does it taste smooth? One of those types of backhanded compliments, I guess. It doesn't hold up in a cocktail, right? One of those types of things. But there are times. There's always a time that you're going to try something that's not going to taste that good. And majority of the time, folks will just write it off and not even think about it and just say, I just don't want this in my collection.
I think it's cool how you have the mindset like, look, I'm not here to be a dick. I genuinely want to help you.
I will
and,
never
you
bash
know,
a brand.
Yeah.
Because I have way too much respect for what goes into
The time, the money.
each of these bottles.
Yeah.
Okay. There's blood, sweat, and tears in each one of these bottles,
It's a
right? here.
big process.
It really is.
So you're just saying we drank blood?
And sweat and tears.
And tears.
I was good with the tears.
Hopefully nothing else.
We can get into some red hot chili peppers too. So.
Ooh, I'm a big fan. Anthony, would you rather be a human-sized duck or a duck-sized human?
I hate ducks anyway. So
so
I'm a Kings
Stupid
fan.
question.
I'm a Kings fan, so the Ducks really have no meaning for me. No, that's a fun question right there. You said a supersized duck?
A human-sized duck or a
human-sized duck.
duck-sized human?
No, I'd rather be a human-sized duck. I'd want to be a huge ass duck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I didn't expect that.
Yeah,
you're going to be
absolute menace.
impounded so quick.
Ducks can still fly. They're not like chickens to where they, just flap their wings and do nothing.
True.
Right.
So,
That's true.
But think about it like this: with the hunters, people go hunting, they shoot ducks. You are a big target.
Oh, yeah,
for
You're a
You
people
are
prize.
now.
You're a prize.
You are the main prize for the whole world.
You might
know
need to
what?
move to Portland.
They'll probably stuff you and put you on the wall.
I was
up
just
there.
gonna say that if you want to stuff me and put me on the wall, do it. Like I'll wear my sunglasses. I mean, you can do whatever the hell you want with me, but yeah, dress me up. I got a nice leisure suit in the closet. I can throw on.
So you're that type of guy.
What do we got here is number 2? This red label looking bottle here.
All right,
number
so
two.
Number dose.
you guys are from the Carolinas here.
Yep.
So let's go local here. We're talking some southern distilling out of Statesville, North Carolina.
Wow. Statesville.
They are a huge distillery up there. If you guys haven't been, I strongly urge you to get up there, do a tour. They have a great bar as well. They'll fix you some cocktails. Yes, their liquid holds up in cocktails
Okay.
too.
I was
Okay.
gonna ask.
But it's not
I was
made,
about to
it's not
say.
made just for cocktails.
Yeah.
What I poured you today is the Bottled in Bond Paragon. Okay, so this is their wheated bourbon.
Ooh.
Okay, and by bottled in bond, that means 100 proof. That means it's at least 4 years old, and that also means that it was stored in a federally bonded warehouse.
100 proof means 4 years old.
A
No,
federally bonded warehouse.
100 proof, comma. Also, it's called bottled in bond. So the Bottled
Okay.
in Bond Act actually was in 1897.
Gotcha.
Okay, so that's one of the laws that was passed for whiskey to actually give you a guarantee that you are drinking whiskey and you're not drinking
So the nose.
Whiskey with spittoon waste, with water additives, with any type of additives. This is your guarantee. The Bottled in Bond Act guarantees that you are drinking whiskey. Okay, and this is all the way back in 1897. So anytime you see the term bottled in bond, you have that guarantee.
Nice.
Every time I see that, I think of Tommy Boy, Callahan's brake pads, where you have the guarantee. I want a guarantee slapped on the label, right? Well, that's what this is. This is a guarantee that you are drinking whiskey that's at least 4 years old.
That's awesome.
And that's 100 proof
So
every single time.
You mentioned spittoon. That was very like there's some truth to that.
There
There
is
is
truth to
Like
that.
people used old spitting spittoons to flavor whiskey is what you're saying.
Any type of liquid to
Ew.
fill that
Jesus.
barrel. I mean, it could maybe have a quarter of the barrel filled with.
Sprite.
I don't think
know.
they had Sprite back then.
Starry.
All right. Well, like
Some Starry, some Sunny D.
some type of Coke or
Some
something.
Go-Gurt.
I did use spittoon because that is something that was it is in the history books
Yeah.
that folks were using that into barrels, like just to fill the barrels.
That's a cool but disgusting fact.
It's nasty.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
grody.
You really get some hints of tobacco in now and then.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You
like
get some
wintergreen.
pieces of tobacco too. Yeah.
Especially from
This
North
is
Carolina.
good. This is good.
And it's local.
I was getting
Local.
like sparkly. I don't know. Like it popped a little bit. On
So
my
it was a
mouth.
little
I
Sprite
agree.
then.
I agree with you, Drew. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it kind of this shot up.
Okay. So the proof went up 20 proof points from what we started with.
Okay.
Which
Oh,
was
dear.
our scotch. Okay. We are on 100 proof right now. So yeah, you're going to get a little bit more warmth on this.
Yeah.
Got the
But we're
spiciness
also
a little
dealing
bit
with
almost.
2 other grains other than just that single malt. Now we're dealing with corn, which in order to be bourbon, it has to be at least 51% corn. So that's one of your components. This also has a wheat grain in it. So the easiest way to describe the wheat grain and what else is wheated in the bourbon world, Pappy Van Winkle. Everybody knows
Pappy.
what Pappy Van
Yeah.
Winkle is. That's a wheated recipe. So the wheat actually, it can serve a couple purposes. It can serve a sweetener, like as a sweetener, and it can also serve as a neutralizer. Okay. So this one here, I think, sweetens up what we have in the glass. So you
Yeah.
have a little bit more of that sweetness. Now, your barrel influence, again, this is at least 4 years old. It's a little bit more than 4 years old, but it's at least 4 years old. That barrel influence is where you're going to get your caramels and your vanillas.
Sure.
Okay, that's all coming out of the barrel.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just new make, and it's just a very sweet corn-forward distillate. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then you also have malted barley, which helps with the alcohol production. So, yeah, a lot going on.
Interesting, yeah.
A lot going on with this. Again, out of Statesville, North Carolina.
That's
So
cool.
a local
The
one.
local. When you said Pat Van Winkle,
Pappy
that
Van
would
Winkle.
make me. Speaking of the drummer boy, that is the drummer boy's name on the front line.
Van
Pappy
Winkle.
Winkle.
On
like
the
that.
drums, you know. Anthony, gotta ask. So, Bourbon Library. I get what you're trying to do there. Library. There had to be other names you were thinking about using besides the library.
That's a
or-
great question.
Just curious.
That- no,
like,
that-
what were their
that-
options?
That is a
in
great
your mind?
question. My IG handle actually started as just the Bourbon Library. Like,
Wow.
This
Oh,
behind you, like the whole setup that I have here at the house, the actual library. This was the thought from day one. So the term library was always going to be in the name. Okay,
Nice.
so always this was always my plan. But it used to be called just the Bourbon Library. Now I expanded that to the Bourbon Whiskey Library because there's more than just bourbon here. Whiskey is more than just bourbon.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you say that to somebody from Kentucky, and they're going to be like, "No, it's just bourbon," you know.
Yeah.
But no, there's Scotch, there's Indian single malts, there's Japanese whiskey, which we were chatting about. There's American whiskeys, there's single malt whiskeys. There's so much out there that expands beyond just bourbon. So of course I wanted to showcase all the whiskeys, and that's why it is the Bourbon Whiskey Library.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no other names aside from library. You know, that was just
Always there.
always
think-
there.
I mean, I love it. It's
I think it's a phenomenal name.
yeah.
Well, you
Thank
were
you.
describing when we were talking before the show started. We were talking about your shelves and how they were already here, and it was a lawyer
Yeah.
had the house here before, and so you already had the shelves. So it kind of
Yeah.
it fits, right?
It fits perfectly, yeah. And I mean, I didn't have to do anything, and each of these shelves is fully supported. So The weight, I mean, shoot, knock on wood, on hardwood. The weight of that these shelves can withstand is just incredible because there were huge law books that were on each of these shelves. So
Interesting.
Perfect. Was that a factor in buying this house? Like you saw this and you were like,
I knew that this was going to be my office or there used to be a couch
Yeah.
in here. I had my desk set up in here before I brought the tasting room table in here, before I knew that I wanted to turn this into a business. I did have the vision of just putting whiskey bottles on these shelves. I said, there's no way I'm going to ever fill these shelves up, and here we are. And now I have extra shelves that I had to build because I've already filled them up.
Yeah,
You know?
that is crazy.
that's awesome.
Anthony, we on this show we like to do drafts.
Okay.
It's a fun thing we like to do, and the topic we came up with was obscene things to yell at your kids' sporting events. Just because you sometimes have those parents that are overly competitive or just really into it at your son's little league t-ball game. So I think that's a draft we want to roll with. So I'll start with you. What's something you would yell, and we'll kind of go around the table for a couple turns here.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't have any kids. I mean, I have cats, but if I were to have kids, they would probably be involved either in hockey or in golf.
Okay.
Maybe baseball. I don't know, but if it were something along those lines, I mean, it's something that every golf fanatic calls out, and I think it's really fun to do it in a younger situation, even though it's kind of off color. But get in the hole, right? I mean, you're talking about a 4-year-old kid or a 5-year-old kid. Up there, and that's pretty nasty. I'm sorry. No, but obscene. You said obscene things to yell.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's really
But
what
it'd be
comes
even
to
more
mind,
funny
right?
if it wasn't even a golf match, like a volleyball game. Get in the hole!
That's an interesting reason why you're yelling that at a volleyball game.
Okay, baseball, whatever.
You might have had too many of these pours that I poured you.
I agree.
Daniel, what about you?
I was always thinking baseball for some reason. Whenever I don't know why. Just you're at the. I feel like that's where you're yelling at the
Sure.
kids the most is
Sure.
the baseball.
Yeah.
And so I would always say it's just like, if you're not gonna do something about, I would yell at them like, you don't do good enough. You're going to sleep at grandma's house or something like that. Dude. Or like take away like a toy. Like I always, whenever I was
Take away a toy.
I was offered like a pack of Pokemon cards if I hit a home run when I was a kid.
Wow,
And-
motivation right there.
super motivation. I mean, pack of Pokemon cards. That was
Ooh.
that was
The
some
gold standard.
That was gold
of,
back
of
in the day.
bribery right there.
So if I didn't get a home run, or my dad, who was like that close, he'd be like, next shot, you only have one more shot. So like, look at the ending, like you only got one more at bat.
You only got one shot. Do not miss your opportunity.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Florian.
There you go.
Okay, so I'm going to preface this. I probably wouldn't say this. I'd like to think I would say this.
You talking to the mic?
Yeah, sorry. But I'm going to get real vulgar with this, okay? And this is not appropriate for your
Let's do
kid's soccer game, but we're all thinking it, right? It's generally all of these are directed at the referee. I want to make that disclaimer.
Yep.
This is
Yep.
not towards the children. Okay. But come on, ref. People have gotten pregnant with less contact than that. That's a good one.
That's
We'll
good.
start that off. Yeah, there we go.
I like that.
That's good.
For me, I'm just picturing because I'm out of ball game. We're at any ball game. You always have the guy like selling beer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine if you just like stood up yourself like, "That's cold beer. Who wants a beer here?" They got a cooler, like asking all the dads. if they
Just
want
go
a beer.
take the cooler from the guy. I'm gonna handle this from now on.
Yeah.
I think you'd be the most popular.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt.
I have been seeing this Instagram account. This guy, he's like a kid, I guess, like college kid. He's dressing up as a scout. He's going to the little league baseball
Oh,
games
I've
and,
seen
and
that.
just talking shit to the dad. Just say, your son, like, how could you even train him like that? Like, how is he in this league? He can't even hit any ball at all. Like, all sorts of crazy stuff. You know?
I've seen that guy. He's a jokester.
He is a
for sure.
jokester.
What about you, Dan?
Florian, I agree with you. I think my kids will end up playing soccer just because that's my wife's background. So when I watch Karen play soccer, just thinking about it, I've said this before to the guy, and I've been asked to leave, but I went, my grandma can make better calls, and she's blind.
Oh, yeah.
And see, that's not even like so rated R. That's a sensitive ref. That guy just no backbone. you
Yeah,
know? Like,
he
you
was
gotta
not
take that.
going for it. He was
Yeah.
not going for it. Drew, I'll throw it back to you.
Oh,
We'll
little
do a
snake
little
action?
snake.
I don't know. I was trying to think of like a non-serious competitive event like chess. So imagine your kid's up the bat and he
Yeah.
strikes out. I've seen better swings in a chess match. You know?
All right.
Okay, a classic one. This one isn't a vulgar or anything at all, but it's even Stevie Wonder even saw that, and that was a bad call. Something like that, you know?
Ooh,
all right.
Yeah, just like just a little like light, playful, you know, just not too vulgar, you know. Yeah, it's
Okay.
appropriate for children.
Yeah, I would get pretty vulgar if I was like really upset with the umpire. I would say something about you're playing with your own balls, how many balls you're calling or something like that, you know.
Okay.
Something crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So, we're getting a little crazy with the vulgar.
Yeah.
I did see a sign once at a hockey game, and I always wanted to use it. It was, "Ref, you must be pregnant because you just because you just missed your last 2 periods."
That's a good one.
That's a good one. That's good.
I like that one. That's a winner right
ding,
there.
Ding, ding,
Yep,
that is
that
the
one.
winner.
I got one more, and then we
okay.
can move on.
Hit us.
I'm going to preface it. You're a coach of a team. You know, maybe you're an aggressive coach. You just yell, "Break somebody's clavicle!"
Wow.
I feel like half your team members wouldn't even know where to go with that hit.
I
Where
feel
was the
like-
clavicle?
Yeah, I feel like we've been at like a Panthers game or something like that, or maybe it was a Charlotte FC game, and you threw that one out there.
I've done that at like the Knights game. Ref makes a bag or the ump makes a bag call. I'm like, "Ref, peace, sitting down."
Yeah.
Anthony,
He's like, I actually do.
It's like, this is embarrassing.
the only place I've ever sat down to pee is in a plane. Is that fair?
I sit down only when I'm really tired in the morning, and I'm so tired that I literally don't. I'm not trying to even look at where I'm trying to like pee. You know, I'm just like sit down. Whatever.
We're getting on a topic like this. All right. I don't want to really get nasty, but the only time I really sit down to pee is after Taco Bell.
Because you know it's coming. Oh man.
I'm not peeing at. Never mind.
Yeah.
All right. So Anthony, would you rather live in a world without whiskey or without milk? One of them has to go forever.
This would be so good if you're like a milk aficionado.
Well, I'm
too.
Italian, so I mean, like milk is in everything. I mean,
Everything.
cheese,
Yep.
Pasta.
All of it's
Pasta,
gone.
yeah, man.
It's gone.
Man.
Creamy, out of here.
Just red
hard.
sauce on everything.
No, sorry. Peace out, whiskey. I mean,
Hey.
I love cheese too much. I
That's
mean,
huge.
That's
yeah.
crazy. So,
I mean, look where we are.
who's this collection going to then at that point?
I don't care. I mean,
He'll start a milk collection from all different types of cows.
There's just like a Parmesan everywhere.
Parmesan. I'll hang some balls of Parmesan. Yeah.
Just really make it
Some
smell
provolone.
in here.
Yeah,
Just make
some-
it just
some
so
provolone.
gross.
Some mozz.
Daniel, you were going to say something good about the milk.
If I don't have milk, I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
even myself. I really am not. I drink that much milk. It's concerning.
Like how much? Like give the audience the description and exaggerate it a little bit.
Okay, an exaggeration, 5 cups a day at
Whoa.
least.
Damn.
But at the same time, it's not that much of an exaggeration.
So you've heard of like a pack a day type of guys when it comes to cigarettes. Daniel's like a gallon a day.
Daniel's
type
a
of
gallon
guy.
of milk.
Yeah,
This guy's got strong bones over here.
100%.
I would say he is the only person I know that drinks milk really like religiously.
Yeah.
And like, did anyone here ever have a glass of milk with dinner? Like, was
I
that
used to.
Yeah.
No.
I used to.
But that's so
Yeah.
thick. You know, what if you're eating pasta and then you just slap a glass of milk on there?
My wife has rules about what to drink and what to like while you're eating and things like that. Well, I don't even drink while I eat, so I always save my drink for after I'm
the
done
end.
eating because I
Interesting.
don't want to fill myself up. I love food too much, so it's one of those types of things where you start to get full off of whatever you're drinking,
Yeah.
whether it be wine, whiskey, milk. But I don't even think about things like that until we start talking about it. You know, so
That's true. Now let's take calories out the window. Some people drink skim milk because like it's less calories, right? What tastes better though? What milk is the best milk?
Oh, whole milk.
Whole milk,
2%.
almond.
Ew.
how do you milk an
Soy. Soy milk.
Show me an almond nipple and I'll
almond?
show you.
Yeah.
If you're calling almond milk, I'm concerned for you.
Daniel, it's the healthy alternative. Guys, let me ask you, what is the right way to eat cereal? Milk first and then cereal, or cereal first then milk?
Cereal all day long. Cereal first.
What's your
Yes.
reaction?
Because you need to know how much milk to put in your cereal.
Exactly. You dictate how much cereal you want, and from there, milk can put it
And
together.
I mean, if you're eating like frosted mini wheats or something,
Oh.
you need like a whole bowl of milk just
Yes.
to soak up or at least change the flavor of those
Frosted
mini wheats.
mini
I
wheats.
mean,
Yeah.
you need some type of consistency there, right? Or some type of saturation.
Yeah.
What's everyone's reaction if you're over at your buddy's house and he goes, "You want cereal?" and you watch him pour it, but he does the milk first? I think I'd leave. I'm big thanks, but no thanks, man.
I feel like that's a good method to train for a steady hand, because there's a way where you can pour things where it won't cause a mess, right? It's like a direct line into it, right? So like maybe, you can use it in that way. I don't know in what scenario. I didn't think that far ahead, but I'm making the case for milk first then cereal, okay? There's a community out there, diehard milk first then
Firsters,
cereal.
yeah, probably like flat earthers. Now, what do you do with the residual milk after the cereal is gone? I've seen people throw that away.
Oh man,
What?
that's illegal.
That's a wasteful.
That's illegal. It's usually filled with some type of sugar too, so like a frosted flakes. You're getting
Cinnamon
like a
Toast Crunch
frosted
milk is the best.
I like to drink it, like the milk. You know what I mean?
Have to.
Like
Well,
especially.
you like to drink it, you should drink it. Who doesn't drink it? If someone
Well, I mean, I actually swirl it and toss it over my shoulder.
yeah, good.
the
good,
proper
good.
way to drink milk after cereal.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Get the Swiffer ready.
Speaking of breakfast,
Round 3?
Round
Perhaps.
3. Oh, we're going to talk some brown sugar right now. I mean, you brought up cinnamon toast
Yeah,
crunch,
yeah,
but
yeah.
let's bring up some brown sugar first.
I love brown sugar.
All right. Well, you're going to get a ton of brown sugar with this pour here. All right. This is Calumet 16 year. 16 years.
16.
Okay. So I
16 years.
16 years. And this is bourbon. So this is
when I
in
was
a
16.
new barrel. So you're getting all of those wood sugars coming out in this. This is a special pour right here. This
I
is
love
one of my
that.
favorites. This was in my top 10 for last year.
Really?
Actually, my top 5 for last year.
This is the heavy pour you gave me.
I'm sorry.
No, hell yeah. I'm not.
Wood sugars. That sounds like a southern saying. Like, I don't know how you fit that in, but someone build off that.
And what is the
Yeah.
company? What is this?
So this is Calumet. Okay, this is out of Kentucky. It's a sourced brand.
that
So
thought.
they actually source their whiskey. Okay, and they store it in their warehouses and then they bottle it.
It smells the best out of all of them.
what are you smelling?
Yeah, tell me what you guys are smelling.
Ooh, I'm smelling the brown sugar.
I influenced you. That's not fair.
I know that's not fair.
It's like,
you're right.
okay, white sugar. It's definitely sweet, I will say. Don't get me wrong, like you said,
Yeah.
the proof is there.
It
Vanilla?
smells
But-
clean. Is that weird for me to say? Clean? It smells clean.
I take great care with my Glencairns too. So
that is.
Is this like I smell like a.
you don't smell like Dawn dish soap. Not
No,
that
no,
kind
no,
of-
not like
okay.
that. Like-
I know what you're
No,
saying.
like
I'm
it
just kidding.
smells like.
Smells like a bird covered in oil.
I don't know, like not
I
like
smell
that.
vanilla. I smell some vanilla in
Good
there
call,
too.
man. Good call.
Like
All right, back
it's smooth, like a smooth clean. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
back to wood sugar.
Back
so
to wood sugar.
when I was thinking about that, I don't condone this. I don't do this. It's illegal. Cocaine. People call it booger sugar.
Booger sugar.
So Florian, what were you thinking?
Well, you said like an old Southern grandpa. I don't know if any of us are really from the South, but imagine someone's grandpappy, some wood sugar. I mean, that would be best
but in one
time.
instance, like what's going on?
I
Like,
don't
why did
know,
he say
like-
That's
it?
the best one.
What instance? I
That's
don't know.
so
You're
amazing.
So far.
You're a
That's
kid. You're at your
amazing.
grandparents' house. You go with mom and grandma to
It's dangerous.
I don't know.
I get a little
To
fruit in there.
pick strawberries, and you come back, grandpappy's out in the front porch on his rocking chair, and he's like, I got some wood sugar.
That's my. So
There
far,
we go.
that's my favorite one.
So the
That
vapor,
is my favorite one.
the vapor that comes off your mouth too, once it goes down, is like
Favorite one?
is there.
That is my
So,
favorite
and
one.
I've been loving the distilled water thing.
Yeah.
That it changes everything completely, and
It
I
does.
really love it after that. Like,
Okay. Did you try that in this one here that we're doing?
I did on the second one, not on this one yet. So
It
I haven't
doesn't even need it. I mean,
I don't think it
like
does
your,
either.
your main flavors are everything that's coming right off of what's in the bottle right now.
Yeah.
You can drop a few drops in there. The only thing it's going to do is dilute it a little bit. It's really not going to bring out very
Interesting.
much more.
Okay.
There are certain
I'll put some hair in your
certain
chest.
expressions. Yeah.
It
Some
will.
hair on your back. Yeah.
Some hair in your peaches.
There are certain expressions that a little bit of water, like we were talking about with the Scotch, that will open up a lot more of the fruit flavors. That will open up a lot more of the aromatic tones, right? But this isn't one of them. You don't need the extra water with
Okay.
this one.
I
So-
get
Yeah.
this. I get a sweeter.
Well, that's
sweeter
bourbon.
taste.
So welcome to bourbon.
Yeah, I
Okay.
like
so
that then.
that's why so many people like bourbon is because it is a sweet
Yeah.
spirit.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, corn is sweet. So
It's true.
51% corn, you're going to get that sweetness.
Yeah.
Right.
I love that.
That is That is my favorite that we've had so
Yeah,
far.
I agree.
And
Without
you said,
a doubt.
Anthony, you said this was your top 10 favorite last year.
This was in my top 5 of 2022. So this was released last year.
Okay.
I'm a huge Calumet fan. Okay, so behind you, I do have the 14, I have the 15, I have the 10, I have the 12. Those are all great. Don't get me wrong, but this stands in a class of its own. And I think I had this at number 3 in the library for last year.
Wow.
So-
Yeah. I mean, that tastes
out of
unlike
everything,
yeah.
out of everything that was released that I've tried last year.
So that's something you do is like every year you
Yeah.
rank the new releases.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Interesting.
I mean, that's just something. I don't get paid for it. You know, I don't get any type of sponsorship for it. It's my library awards, and you know, it's my opinion because look, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody, again, we're going to get back to taste is subjective. So some folks say that this is better. Some folks say this is better. Well. In this case, I really enjoy this one.
Okay.
So this one is in one of my top. This fits my palate right here.
Do you do
Got some cats in action over
like
here.
for you know those awards
Action.
you said, you know, the top 5, top 10? Do you do, you know, like a little video for it? Do you put a tux on? It's kind of like the Grammys.
No,
an envelope.
the leisure suit stays in the closet. No, what I do is I'll do a post, you know, in December.
Sure.
And I'll reveal my top 10, whether it be a reel on IG or, you know, just a regular post. I'll just do something that shows off my top 10. And I have an iPhone, so I'm constantly using my notes app on there. And if it's something spectacular, I'll jot it down. And then I'll revisit it again beginning of December, and I'll go through what my top pours are for the year. So it's simple as that, you know, and I'll award it myself. I mean, again, it's not anything that the company has to pay for. It's my honest review of, you know, what's going on, and this is one of them. This is something that's really special to me.
That's why you got the following, then, you know, because you give your honest review. People don't.
Try to be as genuine as possible.
Yeah,
you
people
know?
don't want to follow anything fake, you know.
Yep. You
Yeah.
don't
Correct.
bullshit. You just give it to people straight.
Yeah. And again, that comes from being Italian too. You know, I mean,
yeah.
I'll be sarcastic as hell, but you just have to sift through all that sarcasm. But you are going to get the truth, I promise you.
I'm a little Italian too, 13%. My last name is Marini.
Marini. All right.
Do you know any Marinis?
One.
Really?
Yeah, you.
When I said really, I knew that was going to be your answer. Give it to me.
I'm quick, man.
Yeah,
I'm quick.
yeah.
So you
Hey,
better
I like
watch
it.
out.
I like
Better
it.
watch out.
Anthony, we love jokes.
Okay, good.
So you've been around whiskey and bourbon for many, many years now.
Yeah.
Do you have any funny whiskey puns, jokes, anything?
Pickup line.
Pickup lines.
I got a wife, guys. Come on. I mean,
Mix the pickup
who
line.
am I picking up? I mean, wow, that's a tough one to put me on the spot with. Why don't you circle back to
Yeah.
me?
Okay.
Circle back.
Drew, I know you had one.
Okay, so yeah, this is like my classic, like dumb, dry humor. All right, you got 2 glasses of whiskey sitting next to each other. All right, one has no ice, one has ice. The one with no ice says, "You rock." The other one says, "You're neat."
Wow, that's a good one. I
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
good.
Dad joke.
I got a
Yeah,
pickup
yeah.
line. It's you're sitting at a bar and you go up to a girl and you go, ever since I've sat down at this bar, I've had my rise on you. Yeah,
Spicy.
Now, if that
Spicy.
doesn't work, then I don't know what will. And that's all I have.
I feel like 99%.
Are you married?
No,
Oh,
single as hell.
do not use that.
Hey, why do you think I'm single?
Right? Do I think you're single?
Right? Yeah, there we go.
Dude,
you,
not-
you are quick.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's
99% of women would not get that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Florian,
99%
Florian,
of people.
99
Hey,
for
people-
99.9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well,
people-
it's for a specific audience.
I liked it though. Thank you.
you.
You
Yeah,
made
it was
me
good.
laugh.
It was
you.
good. It was
Thank
good.
you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you know.
Dan, what about you? Hit us with a good one. baby.
Okay. What kind of scotch does a bunny drink? Hopscotch.
Okay. Yeah. You see his reaction. He's like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's child's play. Yeah. No,
Guys,
it's good.
it's
I like
the
it.
dry humor. All right,
like
yeah.
it.
I thought it was pretty fun.
That was pretty corny.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a bourbon joke. Sorry.
Yeah.
There you go. That's pretty
He
cool.
is quick. Damn.
He is. He's
He
quick.
is.
What is whiskey's favorite sport? barrel racing.
Wow.
Sure it is.
Oh, that was good. I like
That was good too. Yeah.
Florian, I got a solid pickup line here. And it would never work and it would sound horrendous. But
Probably
roses
better
are
than-
red, whiskey is gold. Can I take you home? I'm feeling very bold.
I like
That's better than Florian.
better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good, dude.
Please use that.
That's a good one.
Please use that.
Hey.
Florian,
Yeah.
take yours out.
Anthony, you got a pen so Florian can write that down?
We have it on video.
Yeah, we're recording, so we're good.
We're good. We're good.
Sign of the times here.
Oh god.
No, I always go back to one of my favorite jokes, and it's actually, although I'm Italian, it's an Irish joke, right? I mean, so an Irish guy walks out of a bar.
Okay.
Okay. The end.
I'm glad all of you guys got that.
We all were like,
not one of them got that. I hope you guys know that.
That's funny.
Okay.
I don't think we did get it.
An
Irish guys
Irish
never leave the
walk-off.
bar.
The Irish,
Walks out of a bar.
Yes. Now I get it.
That's good.
Now I get
the
it.
Irish walk off, right?
The Irish guy walked out of a bar.
An Irish guy never leaves the bar.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I was thinking it both ways. That
You
way.
were singing.
I was thinking about
Wow.
Irish walk off.
He was singing Irish walk-off like that's a thing.
Wow.
What is that? Is this baseball? An Irish walk-off?
That's what Drew pulls the
stubby
Irish
shillelagh.
walk off all the time. He won't even say
know,
goodbye. He'll
that's
just
an
walk
Irish
off.
It's an
exit.
Irish exit.
An Irish
that's
exit.
You could say the same thing. It's a walk off.
That's
Is
good.
exit walk off? I don't know.
You could.
You got to know your audience, guys.
Yeah,
You
he's
gotta know your
disappointed.
So you're driving down 77. It's going to say walk off 32, walk off 7A.
All right. That's a whole different situation. There.
That's good.
I know.
Flo, I got one more for you.
I'm busting you. Oh, Dan came.
I love how they're directed
Dan
towards
did
me.
come from.
I'm trying to help you.
Yeah,
Just walk
thanks.
up to the girl and say, I'd like to whisk you away.
I don't know if that would work.
Say my
That's
name.
like-
Say my
Just
name.
show up
That's-
with a glass of whiskey and hand it to her. Say, I'd like to whiskey you away.
That's-
That's
be the right
super
whiskey, though.
sentimental,
Better be
and
good.
like I have to be at a distillery for that to work.
Well,
No.
don't do that with like Basil Hayden or anything like that. do it with something like Calumet 16.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you were throwing out names there. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know what the heck you're talking about.
It sounded good.
But nice. Okay.
No, Basil Hayden holds up great in a cocktail.
Anthony, thanks again for having us. Oh, there's over. Can't even talk. Seriously, this is very awesome. Thank you for sharing some of your best whiskeys. Delicious. Probably the best whiskeys I've ever had. Dan.
Yeah, no, I would definitely agree with you. Honestly, I told you that the bourbon that you have there, I'm going to get a bottle of that for my dad.
Right on.
And
that's
they
good.
actually, like, I know where we are. They live down that way. You take a left on Charlotte Highway, go down where the water tower is, take a left, go down that little ways. And so
Okay.
that's going to be a nice little surprise for him. But for me, you have peeling an apple. You know, you have those apple orchard farmers. Is the juice really worth the squeeze?
Has to be worth an apple. I'm thinking more oranges when I
This is like one of my favorite parts of the show is that he is the king of these great one-liners where like I'm not sure if I should answer it serious or not. I love it. It's so good.
But is it worth it peeling an apple
no.
to get it? You know,
And what
you eating that skin?
Yeah, that's a metaphor for something. It all depends on the scenario.
it all depends if you have the right tool or not.
Yeah.
That's fair. What about strawberries? Is it worth it to cut the tops off, or do you just eat it up until the top?
If you eat the
Now up into the top,
up
not
until
eat the top.
Okay,
Yeah.
You just
okay.
eat the whole
I was gonna say you're psycho if you're eating the top. Of that.
I'm psycho then. I eat the top.
That guy's.
You also drink five glasses of milk. a
And
day.
you mow
right.
your lawn.
I don't know why I
Psycho.
got seated next to this.
There's
guy.
4
I'm
times.
lactose intolerant. I'm already farting. All right.
You're right. There's 4 times the amount of nutrients in the green of the strawberry than the actual strawberry.
There's also salad.
You're right. Yeah, it's a salad.
You
type of
don't
thing.
have to eat.
That's something my rabbit eats.
You know, Daniel, you're going to be mowing your lawn at 10 o'clock soon enough.
I think I am
We're
that
getting
guy.
there.
I'll come by, dude. I'll help you out.
I think I need you.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine just the whole gang, like 5 lawnmowers?
It's like done in 1 minute.
Mine will only last like 40 minutes because it's battery powered.
Oh yeah.
I will say though, if you got 5 of your friends to mow the lawn at 10 p.m., you know, no one's saying anything. I can tell you that.
I won't trust 5 of my friends mowing my lawn.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen my lines? My lines are pretty straight.
Yeah.
Florian,
That's great.
Florian. It's like that. It's always sunny. The gang mows the lawn.
I don't remember that.
No, I'm saying it could be a title. If you
Oh.
get 5 of your
Yeah.
friends mowing the
Oh,
lawn.
okay. Yeah.
Wow,
mows the
you
lawn.
you are the worst.
Sorry.
Clearly, the proof is starting to kick in. Here.
It is.
Yeah.
The proof is here.
Yeah, you guys are used to beer. I get it.
It
so
was here after
I'm
the
sorry.
first glass. I can tell you that.
That was the
second
80
for
proof,
me.
folks. That was the 80 proof.
So, Anthony, something we've done on our last 5 episodes, everyone's participated.
Yep.
For our guest, we have this thing called hot sauce or Malort. Are you familiar with Malort?
Unfortunately, I am.
Yeah.
So we would like to give you, and one of us will do it with you. That's what we always do.
Yep.
The opportunity to
Hot
take
sauce.
a dab of hot sauce,
Or
a shot of Malort.
hot sauce.
You don't even know the hot sauce, and you're going
I don't
in?
care.
Malort's terrible.
So we
I
got
don't
this
care.
from the guy that had the hottest collection in the world a
Yeah.
few months ago. Yeah, just a little dab, you know.
On the hand?
Yeah.
Can I use a toothpick? Is that
No, you can put it on the tip of your finger.
So
Just the tip?
The tradition is you do it here. It's like
Yeah, the tradition is you do a bump. You like
whose
you're doing-
tradition? Because that's
His.
not my tradition.
So how
right,
you
you're right,
explain
you're
to us how to drink the whiskey is how he explained to us. You put the sauce
Yeah.
right there because there's least salt deposits in your body right there.
Yeah.
On your hand. Yeah.
Right.
and
And
deposit
oil.
something. I mean,
So who's doing it with Anthony?
I'm not. I'll do the
Florian?
Malort. I'll do the Malort.
I'll do the hot sauce. I'll do it.
that's the hottest hot sauce?
It's
Not no
It's
no
pretty
no, no.
hot, but
it's
you'll be okay.
crystallized. The hottest hot sauce in the world is
Right,
crystallized.
right.
So
I was
Hey,
telling you.
we're
like-
doing this before we drink because this is not the
Yep.
smartest thing to do.
I agree with that. I agree with that. You should maybe take.
Well,
the-
you already did the bump, so you might as well take it.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
you know
okay.
what? You know we can.
Never mind.
We
We'll-
can do it after.
I can hold it here.
Yeah, you
I'm
can
pretty
hold
good
it.
at
You
this
can hold
position.
it. We'll hold it. We'll take. Hey, we'll
Gets
take
a
the
little
drink.
oxidation over there.
Yeah.
It
You
might
can put
burn
that
the skin.
Malort away because no one's doing that shit.
I will do that more than the hot sauce.
That's not even whiskey, right? That's liqueur.
I know this
It's
is
actually-
this is awful.
So
this
this-
is awful.
Oh, I know.
It's the
not-
worst.
It's liquid grapefruit rinds. Like it tastes like grapefruit.
No, it's
rinds.
rancid grapefruit.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Rancid.
Florian,
Is it
Florian,
really? That's
it's like
where-
son
It's
of a
terrible.
peach.
Have you had it? You haven't had it?
No, I
You just
have,
always
but
go
is
to
that-
you always go to the hot
That
sauce.
beer
Is that
had the
what-
potential to be great. It is terrible.
It's like I always pass it off. No, but
Literally,
yeah.
it literally says has the aroma and full-bodied flavor of an unusual botanical. Its bitter taste is savored by two-fisted drinkers.
unusual is
I have
a
no
bad
idea what you
compliment.
just said, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not drinking it. No, I had that. Unless you're from Chicago, you don't know what that is.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it in Chicago.
Yeah, well, you had to.
sense.
I'll be in Chicago
mean,
next week.
It's from Chicago.
don't
right here.
drink this.
Nah.
When they were like, hey, yeah, let's all do shots of Malort. No, don't. Just walk out.
Yeah.
Did
Be
they
like,
say
I
that
got
in
you.
Chicago?
I'll have water.
Is there just a bunch of Bears fans, pre-gaming with Malort?
Like, duh, Malort.
Da Malort.
I could see it being because Chicago gets really cold, and I bet they were like bored one day, and they were like, "Hey, let's make something
Bored.
nasty to warm us up."
Well, why would you
Depressed.
want that? I mean, I'd rather take that bump off of your hand,
hand.
right?
you want to be
You
good
might
friends?
regret what
Whoa.
you're saying. That's all I have to say. You might regret what you're saying.
It's less salt deposit, so I mean,
Anthony, you want to get real close here?
Yeah.
Come on, take it off.
Content-wise, I don't regret it at all.
So are we diving into our fourth?
dive
let's
into the
do that.
fourth.
Don't wipe your nose with that or anything.
No. It's chilling there.
Who wanted you wanted the spicy?
Yes,
So
I did.
and you already put hot sauce on your hand.
That's a preface right there.
or sorry, on your yeah.
Weenus.
Hand
Is what you
Como
call
se
that?
llama right there, yeah.
Como
The weakness was this.
Como se llama?
Como se llama? Yeah.
Como te llamas?
It is Daniel, and I have hot sauce there too.
So no, this is the rye that we're going to get into right now. So we are diving into Midwinter's Night Dram. So that is actually a Shakespeare play, Midwinter's Night Dream, right?
Dream.
So this is dram. So a dram is actually a half ounce of whiskey. That's a Scottish term, and you guys could correct me on that. I'm pretty sure that's what the terminology is. I'm feeling a little drink right now. But this is a fun rye that usually comes out around Christmas time because you have those spices, those nutmeg. It's finished in a port, so you definitely have that full viscosity on this. But the rye provides a lot of spice. Okay, a lot of spice to this. This is by High West out of Utah, and they do a phenomenal job of blending. They have a lot of fun ryes, a lot of fun whiskeys, a lot of fun bourbons.
It almost looks like that bottle is hand blown.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought that was a joke. I thought that was a one-liner. Yeah.
Daniel has some experience with glass blowing.
No, those are always fun bottles. I do have another one up there, the Yippee Ki-Yay, the Boo Rye. Those are all High West bottles as well.
So that's very smooth. Definitely sweet.
Yes. Yeah.
like a sweet spice.
Sweet
right?
spice.
Very sweet.
You could see why you drink this a lot, like around a fire, more when it's cooler outside.
Yeah. Yes.
Right. Just so much more on the profile, like
Yeah.
as far as spices, as far as baking spices, as far even the port comes into play. You get a lot of the viscosity on that, so it's kind of warming.
It
kinda
does seem
warms the-
thicker.
Yeah, it kind of warms the.
Would you put the
Viscous.
distilled water in this one or no?
You can if you want to. I don't think I've ever dropped water in this one, honestly.
Yeah,
I don't think it
Florian.
really needs
So
it.
I will put this down.
Okay. Okay.
So another aspect of this one that you said that I was thinking about, you said it was from Utah, right? So Utah
That's
is
where
probably
the distillery is from.
the
Correct.
least alcohol-friendly state in the United States, I would say.
This is sourced, so it is coming from other regions. And then
Interesting.
Okay.
where High West
together.
is in Utah. So
Got you.
That's a good pickup. I like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is good.
That's very
I
tasty.
mean, the liquor laws there are still very, very interesting. So
It's almost as bad as North Carolina.
North Carolina, the Utah of the South.
The
Welcome.
Utah. of the South.
The Utah of the South. That's good.
That's what
true. We
people are going to say. Where do you live? North Carolina, the Utah of the South. That's what they call
We
it.
have a lot of dry counties, if you didn't know that, which should
Well, yeah. I mean, there's colleges that are dry. Like I think I got accepted at Lenore Ryan, and I went there for a tour. Like, yeah, we're a dry campus. I said, nope. Wow. Thanks.
So that means they don't have milk.
I'm not going
You're
there.
out.
I'm out.
Only chocolate. Only chocolate milk. At that point, it's a dessert. So,
Okay, then I might be going there.
speaking of desserts,
Strawberry milk.
Anthony, muffins. Are muffins just cupcakes without frosting?
That's a good question. Are muffins just cupcakes without frosting?
Yeah, think about that. You take the wig off the head. And
Yeah, no.
Take the
I mean,
wig off the
some
head.
muffins have the sugar and the raw on top.
Sometimes they have nuts, like a nice banana nut.
Well, you
muffin.
need to take it easy there, fella.
Yeah. Take it easy, brother.
yeah, we're kicking you off the podcast.
You're out.
He said, take it easy, brother.
Guys, my skin is starting to burn. There's hot sauce on my hand.
I really.
It's all right. You
Yeah.
got less salts right there, though. So you're
Is it really? Is it burning?
I feel it, yeah. I wouldn't say burn, but something's there.
You're gonna have like a really like pale spot on your
Yeah.
hand there.
It's either red or super white.
I got something like that from Vegas, like before I married the wife. It just stayed on the hand.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm just.
You have to go see a doctor for that.
Vegas, you get a lot of things in that area.
My future wife's going to be like, oh, you got a cute birthmark on the side of your thumb.
I'd be like, that's what you
I
think.
can tell you where that came from.
It's all right. It's all right.
yeah, it's all right.
Right.
Let's take these bumps, though. Let's do it.
Let's do this. You guys finish these?
Yeah,
No?
finish them.
I'm going to sip a little bit
sipping
throughout
mine.
the episode.
This one was very good though. The
I-
last two are my favorite.
I will finish it.
You will finish it.
will-
Good.
we'll-
Are you going to do a bump of hot sauce, or are you going to do Malort?
No, I will. I'll do hot
Florian, this
sauce.
is what I want you to do. You want to do the bump, then immediately shoot the rest
No,
of it.
I don't want to do that. I promise you, I don't want to do that.
Shooting is a whole different game. I mean, if
You need guns for that.
Ta-ting.
Yes,
Singer.
Singer.
Hey, I wish the little drummer boy was here for that one.
Are you talking about Pappy?
All right, Florian's pouring his dry bump. If you
Pappy
listen
Van
to our
Drummer
episode-
Boy.
Oh, that's a
That's a glob. What the shit is that?
yeah. Anthony, don't do that.
It's
not
like, it's
do
like that
do
video.
that.
What the hell is even that? And
Wife.
if you know, you
Yeah,
know.
do not.
Call the police.
Where's the first
Call
thing?
the fire department.
Be careful.
Florian has a
Careful.
grape
Yeah,
on his
thanks.
hand. Yeah, Deuce is smaller than
It
me.
sneaks up on you
Smaller
though.
the better.
Super tiny, super tiny, super.
I'll stop right there. Wow, that's a good bit. That's a good bit.
That's
You're
a
really
text-
gonna feel that.
That's a textbook lob.
So I did the one chip challenge on a live on one of our WTF episodes.
no
Okay.
way.
It was one of the worst things I've ever done in my life.
Oh, dear.
honestly. Like,
This should be easier.
But it only took about 15 minutes. It was gone. The taste in my mouth was gone.
Did
There was
you
a
follow
lot
it up
more.
with milk?
No. I followed it up with whiskey actually.
good.
Ah.
I mean, come on, who would I be?
Yeah.
This is almost as big as yours.
Florian, you
I-
better down the hatch.
I hate to
Cheers,
compare.
boys.
Salud. Salud.
You'd hate to
Cheers.
compare, yeah.
All right.
Of course.
Sorry, boys.
Florian with a stupid
You can
alarm.
just feel that heat, but it's delicious too.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
delicious.
It's
There it
gonna
is.
really
Oh.
hit your palate, is what I'm gonna say in a strong
Anthony,
way.
the one thing we'll ask you is just don't just walk away and disappear for 10 minutes.
No. I'm good. I mean, I'll hold the handle down for a little while, if I need to.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah, hold the handle down.
It's not, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, I'm getting that.
That's
Yeah.
not bad. I mean, it's not the hottest that I've had. I mean, I've had a lot of hot sauce. I'm a huge hot sauce kind of guy. We have truff.
Oh yeah,
Truff,
That's
really?
truff.
Some really,
Is
really
that good
stuff.
stuff? I see it in the
You,
store
you want a
all the
bump?
time.
You want a bump?
I
I'll
do
give you a bump.
not.
Does truff have truffle in it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Truffle
Okay,
oil.
I had
Oh
one.
yeah, truffle oil.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of fungus in there. Really?
A lot of fungus.
Can I get a bottle of water, please?
No.
Please.
You did it. Why don't you have some Malort there, fella?
Yeah, lord it up.
Well,
He said to me, "You need to slow your roll there, fella."
Honestly, milk is the preferred thing. Like
It is. But he
When-
actually
Ice cream.
he did say 2%.
yeah. So
We do have some 2%. It might be
Yeah.
like 3 months old, but you could have some.
that's how much Italian I am.
So it's like the equivalent of like Greek yogurt to ice cream. You know,
It's like cottage cheese.
oh god.
Hey, Anthony, how
That wasn't bad.
No, it's matter. Good.
Nah, it's
It's
actually
much gooder than Malort.
yeah.
Gooder.
Malort is
Much
bad.
gooder.
You like that?
Yeah.
Daniel, come on, take a little bit.
100%. I'm doing it because I didn't do that. So Dan, you have a choice, that or that, and I'm
That-
gonna give you that.
So what's the Scoville rating on this one?
It's hot.
No, I know, but you guys just did an episode.
Dude,
on
we
this.
should call Vic right now.
This
and ask
isn't
him.
bad. 7-pot primo. Those dragons look angry.
They are on.
I feel
something.
the dragons underneath my tongue. Oh,
Yeah.
they're angry.
Florian, you're starting
Somebody
to
mowed
sweat.
their lawn in
I
their
just-
neighborhood at 10 p.m. and
Am I
that's why
s-
they're mad.
No, honestly,
Am I
this
sweating?
was not like
Not awful.
I,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was expecting like 3-alarm
don't-
fire or
I don't
4-alarm
want that.
fire type of.
We wanted to make it fair, you know.
Why did you do that?
Oh, give me some water.
Yeah,
Daniel just took Malort. He's dying.
So that's what happens whenever you try something bad.
$10 for the next bottle of water.
You're gonna start charging a premium for
Sounds
him.
like, you sound like Bank of America Stadium right now.
Yeah. No, I'll charge a. Yeah, whatever.
Anthony, do you have Netflix?
Percentage.
Do you watch Netflix?
Yeah,
Do you have
yeah.
Netflix? Okay. So you have the password and the login and everything.
Yeah, actually, our my sister-in-law, Andrea's sister, is using it in Germany too. So we have to pay extra now.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the new thing that came out. You're
Thanks
right.
a lot, Germany.
Now
Oh, Netflix. Thanks a lot. Netflix is really what
Let's say you're in a relationship, right? And this happens a lot in American culture, okay?
I'm in one.
Everybody's in one.
She
but
comes
this guy
in,
over here.
yeah. Florian.
Wait, what?
What?
Nothing.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
You have a Netflix, right? You have a new girlfriend, right? She comes over, she logs in on your Netflix. 6 months later, y'all break up.
Yeah.
Are you
change-
morally inclined to log out, or is the social norm to let that baby
You
ride?
change those fucking passwords like now.
Okay.
Oh,
Are you,
I'm
wait,
gonna
are you
do that.
saying
Just
you
stop that.
change her password?
Is it hers or is it yours?
It's hers.
it's hers. She came over.
Oh, you keep using.
You
that
broke
shit.
up,
You
yeah,
keep
yeah.
using that shit. Absolutely. Take advantage of the situation.
yeah, I feel like that's socially acceptable.
100%.
That's acceptable.
And there's usually a trade-off. She gives you the Netflix, you give her like Amazon Prime
Like
or something
Hulu?
like that. Yeah, or
Yeah.
Hulu.
Amazon
Maybe not Amazon Prime.
Well,
the
I mean,
value on that. Is
Hulu
crazy.
is like $5.99. Amazon or Netflix is like $22. So you're getting a deal.
Okay,
You're
so
getting
do,
a deal, but
do you throw in HBO Max there? A little Hulu
Yeah.
HBO
And
Max? Does that equal it?
That depends.
Maybe
I
a little Blue Apron.
Send her a
what's
Blue
a-
Apron
what
What is
pack.
Blue Apron?
That's
Are
a
you
meal
watching
kit,
cooking
right?
shows?
It's a
meal kick.
You still have to cook that. You understand that, right?
There's effort involved. Yeah.
Wow, that sucks for you.
The thing is, though, with the Blue Apron, they give you the smallest portions.
Oh,
when
yeah,
I
it's a
lived in New
rip-off.
York for a little bit, I stayed with my aunt and uncle for like a month, and every Tuesday they would do Blue Apron. You'd get like this small portion, so I would eat it and go, "I am so hungry still," and they'd be like, "All right, yeah, I'm full. You know, we're gonna head back to bed." I said, "Wonderful."
Back to bed. You woke up just to eat.
No, like they're going back to bed, like back to sleep. You know.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, throwing me out.
We,
of the bus.
we, we did
I like it.
HelloFresh for a while, but we got tired of them always sending us a fucking lemon. Like there was always a lemon in everything that we had. I'm like, I don't want any more damn lemons.
That's
Okay?
their shtick. Then you get lemons.
That's it. Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to garnish it with a lemon, but
If you don't,
you
you're
don't
fine.
even touch the lemon. Like why?
Every
am I-
meal they give you, they garnish with a lemon.
everything. Like seriously.
You know what would be poetic?
You're drinking like a glass of milk, and it's like garnished with lemon.
You know what would be
Gonna
poetic
say.
if you ordered
It's like
lemon
ex-
pepper chicken and it didn't come with a lemon.
You know
Yeah,
what?
the one
it's
time.
Without the
happened
seasoning
before.
either?
It's happened before. Like they send a lime instead of a lemon. I'm like, what the?
Anthony, you showed us kind of how to properly taste the whiskeys, scotches, and bourbons that we've had so far.
Mm-hmm.
What is something you wouldn't want to do in front of like a whiskey connoisseur like yourself? Like what would be like embarrassing if outside of the guy who spun it and threw it away, other than that, like what would be something you don't want to do?
And like somebody that like has some kind of knowledge of whiskey. And
Yeah.
he's like doing this and you're just like, huh, yeah.
I don't know. That's a tough question. I mean, just being arrogant, I guess. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
be accepting to what somebody's telling you. Be accepting to what you're learning. Try it. If it's for you, it's for you. If not, then don't use it. Okay. They're really, like I said earlier on, there's no wrong way to drink whiskey. Okay, I only told you there's a wrong way to smell it, and that's without your mouth open. Because I have blown out my palate just by smelling some high proof stuff, and I have some 140 proof whiskey that's behind you, 150 proof that's behind you.
Holy moly.
That
How
will
high does it
ruin your
go?
day. I mean, it's you don't want to do a bump of that. Okay.
I bet.
But
I
what
don't
about
know,
the salt?
but
What
it's
about the
tasty.
salt deposits?
The salt deposits. Let's talk about no.
We're gonna need to call Vic. Tell us more about these salt deposits.
No, I mean it's just the way that you present yourself. I mean, always be respectful, whoever you're around. It doesn't matter who you're around. Just don't be arrogant. I mean, nobody wants to talk to somebody who's arrogant.
Nope.
Right?
That's true.
You want to talk to somebody who's fun. You want to talk to somebody who's outgoing, who's very accepting for what you are trying to teach them. Right? That's all you go after.
Yeah. Respect is a big thing. I mean, obviously we're a comedy podcast, but you can definitely keep those two together, right? So
Yeah.
Florian's like, I'm about to tell you about the community.
No, don't mention a word of a community, okay? I don't want. I think I actually did before, and I regret it now.
Yeah.
Don't even talk about HOAs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's not do
HOAs.
that. I just got off the board, so I was on there for 3 years. I'm good now. Thanks.
Yeah,
That's a win.
You did your diligent duty.
My
you
due
know,
diligence.
yeah.
You did your duty. You served your
Yeah,
community
you said
well.
duty. You called the shit poop.
All right, guys, let's do a would you rather.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Would you rather be able to have the ability to see 10 minutes in the future or 100 years in the future?
It's a good one.
Like, there's no in between.
I'll let you go first, Anthony.
You tap into your mind and you could see those next 10 minutes or the next 100.
Well,
I'll be dead in 100 years, so 10 minutes.
Okay.
Unless we could live to 142, I'll be dead. So it doesn't matter.
So what about this though? You see 100 years into the future, and you prep your future generations for to set themselves up for a great life 100 years from now. What about that?
I'm not that nice of a guy.
I'd make a lot of money.
Yeah, fuck them kids.
Sometimes you got to learn a lesson.
You do.
Yeah.
You know?
Like doing bumps of hot sauce off the
But what
middle
if-
of your hand.
What if you see it's your grandchildren, and 100 years from now the economy is going to collapse?
Again, I have no kids, so
There
I
we
have
go.
I have no
There we
dog
go.
in this fight.
Okay.
He's got cats, you
Fair
know.
enough.
Yeah,
The
way to
cats.
go.
Oh
I would-
shit, the cats.
They'll be done by now.
Oh.
Selfishly, I'm picking 10 minutes into the future to plan my next move. My kids are gonna, and their kids are gonna have to figure it out. But
Give
I'm
me that
planning
winning
my
horse.
next
Give
move.
me that winning horse.
The
Let's go.
winning horse
True.
is that's what you're thinking about, you know. But at the same time,
Here's the
100
thing.
years you would know the winning horse too, but it would be harder to find out.
Well,
Now-
it
Then
doesn't
we're
affect.
talking, then we're talking
Wikipedia?
some Biff.
Wikipedia?
Some Biff action over here.
Just telling you.
Yeah, a little
I
Back
would-
to the Future action. Yeah.
I would do 100 years, and I'd look at all previous sporting events after
Stocks.
this year and stocks and where things are, and I would put money in every single one of those, so I'd win
100%.
money.
Yep.
It's the right way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's
100
smart.
years into the past now? What do we?
No, 100 years. Do you,
In the
do
future.
you listen.
Florian, what are you doing?
You're gonna be dead.
Yeah,
You're
you
going to be
might.
dead if you don't shut your mouth.
Okay.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
DED dead.
We caught that on video. We caught that on camera,
Threat
right?
on camera.
That's
We
a
did.
threat. Straight
File that to
threat.
police. Anthony, what's your idea if you get a few years down the road, 100, 300 more bottles? Where are they going to go? How are you expanding?
I don't know. I've been slowing down a little bit. I mean, I have more whiskey here than could last 3-4 lifetimes.
100%.
Right.
I'll
But
say.
if I don't have the right people to share it with, then there's really no reason to have it.
I agree.
Host a lot of parties, have a lot of friends over, do a lot of tastings, have a lot of fun. Okay, just share the knowledge, share the wealth, and get some of this in people's bellies that have never tried it before.
Yeah.
You guys, I just turned you on to Calumet 16.
Yeah.
Okay, you're probably going to go out and spend $156 on this bottle.
Plan
I
on
will.
it. Plan
I will.
on it.
Just because I just let you try this.
I will.
Okay. Not because I influenced you at all, but because I want to share my passion. I want to share my fun and my hobby with you guys.
Right.
You know? So That's what I get a kick out of. And I will always smile when I hear people say, okay, I'm getting this out of a certain pour. I'm getting this out of a certain pour. This is phenomenal. This is the best whiskey I drank. And I just heard that from 3 of you guys today.
It
So,
is.
you know, you just made my day right there.
Awesome, man.
Awesome.
Well, like I said, we feel very fortunate to be
Yeah.
here today. Seriously, I mean, our podcast is an adventure of what we can get into, and I'm so glad we got into this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I have a question here. I do want to know what your either most expensive bottle is that you have, or your most proud bottle that you're proud of, I guess, right? All right, it's got to be one of them out
Florian,
there.
after he answers this, you hold him down while I grab the whiskey and run.
Good luck. You'll need the step ladder on that one.
Yeah.
No, so there's a bottle of Jack Daniels up there, the Jack Daniels Century. Okay, so Jack always holds a special place in my heart. My father was a Tennessee squire since 1979. He nominated me to become a squire, as you can see by my deed on the wall here.
Oh, yeah.
So what happens as a Tennessee squire? You basically become an ambassador for Jack Daniels. You are an enthusiast for Jack Daniels, and you also get a 1 square inch piece of land.
Really?
Well,
A square
inch piece of land
inch,
on the Jack.
Look, if you're an
in
ant,
Lynchburg.
that is like a fucking acre.
You're like-
you're rolling. You're rolling in the big time.
You're
on that one.
smug.
But I mean, it actually has a plot number on there and everything.
Wow.
So that was such a tremendous honor. But that Jack Daniel's Century that's up there is one of the harder to find Jack bottles ever. Okay, so the retail on that was $499.99 when it came out. That was in 2014. We found a few bottles of that. Andrea and I found a few bottles of that on a website for a whiskey website out of London. I don't want to name it on the air, but they were able to ship it to us in California, and it ended up being only like $525 a pop. So we bought a couple of them, shared one with a friend. We split one, and then I also had one. Well, I found a couple more after we moved here to North Carolina. Snagged those right up. I mean,
Yeah.
they were still at retail. Like,
Nice.
no one's going to be like, oh, I'm going to spend $500 on a bottle of Jack Daniels. Like, who says that?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody thinks Jack Daniels is just old number 7. Well, this has a special place in my heart because it's Sinatra, obviously Italian. You know, my mother used to listen to Sinatra while she cleaned the house on Saturdays. Hey, what's up, Benny?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our newest guest, Benny. He's rocking a black coat with a white underneath.
He is. He's got the tuxedo flair, you know. Yo, come on. Anyway, it definitely holds a special place in my heart and in the family as well. So that means a lot. You know, I told you guys from the get-go that every single bottle in this library tells a story.
Yeah.
And again, I could tell you a story about each one of these. Well, my mother was a huge Sinatra fan, and so was my father.
Did they ever meet him?
They had never met Sinatra.
Okay.
My mom actually went to school with Billy Joel, believe it or not.
That's so
shit.
cool.
So that was one fun,
What
you know,
about the new
starstruck.
town,
Yeah.
honey?
They used to hang at the same Village Green, you know, all that fun stuff in New York. But no, they were huge Jack Daniels fans, and so be it. I am as well. You
Okay.
know? So it's kind of one of those things that got passed down. Both of my parents have passed, but you know, I still carry on their legacy.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and their passion for Jack.
That's
you know.
awesome.
So
It's beautiful.
Okay,
That's
so
what-
so which one is it up there? So we know.
So it's the one. It's the actually the one that I have up there is not open because I gave the rest of what I had left of one of my bottles, one of those very special bottles, to a very good friend of mine who's also a squire. It was his 30th birthday, so I gave him probably about a third of what I had left in my bottle. I gave him the whole case, the whole setup, and things like that. But it was
very
a great,
nice of you.
yeah. No, it was. He was very deserving of it. Trust me.
Yeah.
But no, it's the Jack Daniel's Century that's just to the right of where the light is, kind of in the back row. there.
Okay.
I wonder why they call it a squire. Isn't a squire like the dude that gets the knight ready to joust, right? Isn't that what it is?
Honestly, I don't know what the
Squire. Or is it a
what the
jester?
definition of a squire
It's
is.
an old
but
world.
Yeah, it's like a middle-aged
I'm
term.
thinking it's somebody with like a big old top hat, you know, like one of those old
Yeah, a
old
squire.
Oh, you know, hair.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, a
Give me an
squire.
apple.
I feel like Drew used to be a squire in another lifetime.
Oh, thank you. I'll take that as a backhanded compliment.
I'm trying to find.
But
the
he
definition.
mixes really well in a cocktail.
There we go.
Here,
I did make some mean cocktails yesterday.
guys. Here's the definition: a man of high social standing who owns and lives on an estate in a rural area, especially the chief landowner in such an area.
Hey,
Well,
Chief.
damn.
A chief.
Hey,
landowner.
Chief.
Chief of the
Complete
tribe.
opposite.
That's
of
where
what
that
I thought.
So-
1 square inch comes from.
So let me just touch on something really quick.
Sure.
It's not just a man, so squires can be women as well,
Oh,
especially in
cool.
the Jack Daniels
Good.
family. So
Okay.
Sure.
there are many women squires, and we're able to nominate 3 a year.
Yeah.
So as a squire, I can nominate 3 other squires each year.
Whoa.
I generally do not take advantage of that. I will nominate maybe 1 every couple years. So
The
I like that.
it really
deserving.
has to be somebody special,
Yeah.
somebody who really would be a great ambassador for the brand.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So what factors do you look for?
I mean, consistency is one.
Collectability, right?
Well, not just collectability. I mean, when somebody says collect, like that they're a collector, what that says to me is that they don't open their bottles.
Really?
Okay, so when you're a collector,
Interesting.
you're just putting it up for display. You're saving it for something later on. Okay, I don't consider myself a collector. I consider myself a drinker.
This
I
is a
consider-
library. You check it out,
Yeah.
use it, put
Right.
it back.
I
Yeah.
want to share with people. I want to open. Like
Wow.
if there's something in here and you want to try it, I will open it if it's not open already. Like I have an 88% open rate. Okay, that I pride
Wow.
myself on that. I do track that as well. There's a lot
Really?
of
That's so cool.
that. Yes.
That is cool.
Can you imagine if your Microsoft Office subscription expires? You're just like, oh shit, never coming back.
I use Google Sheets.
You piece of sheet.
But no, I mean, there are a lot of factors, and it's not just because you said you like Jack Daniels one time,
Yeah,
or
that's
oh,
true.
yeah, I used to get drunk on Old Number 7 back in high school or college, and I've always been drinking that. Well, that doesn't necessarily make you a squire. Like,
Sure.
show your passion, show your ambition.
Okay.
You know,
Anthony, I see 5 glasses that are
Yes.
out there. Is there a 5th and final Scotch whiskey bourbon that we get to try?
there is. So there is a 10-year-old bourbon.
Okay.
This is a personal project that I've been working on. It's called Rebound.
Okay.
And if you're a book collector or any type of a librarian, you understand that Rebound is not just grabbing the basketball off of the backboard. Okay. This is actually a book term. So
Sure.
when you rebind something, it is you're taking something that was already in existence and you're creating something new with it. Okay. But you still have that same base. All you're doing is rebinding what it is that's in the middle. So I have something here that is a 10-year-old Kentucky straight whiskey. Okay. 10 years in a barrel.
Wow.
I rebarreled that. Okay. So I took that and I rebarreled it for just under 5 months. So 3 days under 5 months.
Okay.
So that was re-oaked, so double oaked. And then I finished that in Brazilian Amburana, toasted Brazilian Amburana wood for 24 hours.
And that's from the cigar.
So I'm calling this the cigar study. This is called Rebound Cigar Study. I'm not selling this, folks. So anybody who's listening, who's watching, I am not selling this. This is
Sure.
a fun project. This is a personal project. I will show you guys the logo later on.
I can't wait to try this.
Oh my
But-
god. Yeah.
The Amburana on this creates what's called a cigar blend. Okay, so it's kind of a bold flavor. It has a lot of spices. I know you said you wanted some spices on this. So yeah, definitely highlighting the spice of the Amburana wood here, right? So I don't want to influence what you're going to smell, what you're going to taste, but if I just say Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I hope that plays a huge part in what you taste and what you smell. The entry proof when I started this was 90.
Okay.
So any folks watching right now, if you know a 10-year-old bourbon, Kentucky straight bourbon that is 90 proof, it's not that hard to figure out, but that's what I use as my base. I put in 15 bottles to a 15-liter, a 10-liter barrel. Okay, do the math on that and tell me how that happened, first off. how you got how I was able to get 15 bottles into a 10-liter barrel.
Evaporation.
Well,
You're a
lot of
magician.
saturation maybe into the wood.
Saturation into the wood is
Into
what I was
the
thinking.
wood.
Ooh,
Absolutely.
I was
feel like
close.
And there was still headspace in there too.
I'm getting a lot of brown
Wow.
sugar.
That is
are you
cinnamon
getting any
toast
cinnamon
crunch.
toast crunch on
Yes.
that?
More brown sugar.
No,
Good,
that-
good.
Spot on. Yeah.
Good.
I'm not gonna lie. This is one of my favorite ones we've tried today.
I appreciate
Yes,
that. man.
Seriously.
cinnamon toast crunch, cinnamon in there. Cinnamon.
Here's the thing. It's
Holy
it's
minimum.
complex. I feel like I'm getting pulled in 3 different directions.
Yeah.
and that's what I like about it.
And that's really
Is it?
what I was going for. When I first started this, all I did was just double barreled that 10-year-old whiskey, okay, into a level 3 level char American oak. So
Sure.
basically, it was a brand new barrel that I was using. And what did I tell you earlier about the Statesville, about the Southern Distilling one?
Yeah.
Was that's in a brand new barrel, so you're going to be pulling out a lot more of those wood sugars, right?
Wood sugar.
Wood sugar.
How much would Chuck Chuck have a wood sugar?
Wood sugar.
That's a good answer to that question.
I bought it on a distiller's website. Okay, so not on a distiller. I'm sorry, a brewer's website, and I was able to get 2 ounces, like 2-ounce bags of it. And what I did was I put in 2 ounces of the wood
Sure.
in a cheesecloth, and I suspended it into a brewer's bucket where I had already dumped my 10-liter barrel. Okay, so I suspended that in there for only 24 hours. I tried it after 4 hours. It was already changing flavor. Wow. Accidentally left it in there for longer than I wanted to. And I'm glad it was a happy little accident.
Yeah.
Turned out good.
Let's Bob Ross this right now, right? It was a happy little accident because I had to take my wife to work that morning, and I had to golf. Like I was golfing. It's like, do I go home and take this out and ruin and potentially save my project that I've been working on for over 5 months, or do I let it sit there and roll the dice and say, okay, this better be good? Well, I rolled the dice and I gambled on this,
And it came out.
and it came out what
Came
you're
out
about to taste right now.
phenomenal.
So I'm not going to give you any of my tasting notes on this because I already have what.
You have a little bit. I can tell you one thing. It doesn't smell as cinnamon as it tastes. It tastes like a pack full of cinnamon just hit you in the mouth. Like cinnamon sugar. Like, yeah, a little Captain
Little brown sugar cinnamon?
A little cinnamon toast crunch, you know?
I agree. And there's something in here that's making it linger. It's like
A lingering.
lingering a little harder in my mouth than anything else we've tried today.
And that's not the hot sauce, right?
No.
Okay, good.
The hot sauce is gone. I don't even feel
Hey,
it anymore.
as a matter of fact, I'm gonna take another hot sauce.
I think it's the salt deposits.
The salt.
I feel like if I
the
taste,
lack of.
if I tasted a fruit in there, it would be an apple. I don't
Okay.
know why.
Okay.
If it was a fruit,
Oh, maybe a cinnamon apple or
cinnamon apple. type
yeah,
thing.
Call that the Snow White.
Well, I
Yeah.
smell brown sugar.
yeah.
I just smell a lot of brown
Yeah.
sugar.
Smell brown sugar.
So with a lot of the home finishes and things like that, right? You get an oversaturation.
Sure.
With this though, I really think that it hits the nail right on the head with the spice that comes through with the Amberana.
Okay.
I was worried about it, like I said, because 24 hours is a long time with that small amount of liquid that I had. 10 liters,
A lot of flavor going.
even
in
though it
there.
sounds like a lot, it's not a lot, especially with just 2 ounces of wood in there. But again, a happy little accident, and I think it turned out really well. Now, I call this the cigar study because a lot of times you associate that Amberana and that spice with a bold cigar or a nice medium bodied cigar. Right, you see my humidor behind you over
Couple
there.
humidors.
Oh, I saw
Couple
it.
of them, yeah.
Oh, I was studying it.
So, so the whole reason that a lot of the folks in the whiskey world use Amberana for their quote unquote cigar blends is because it creates that bold flavor, just like it would if you're smoking a cigar.
I like that.
And now it's a beautiful complement to a cigar as well.
No,
Yep.
that's awesome, man. If you have any more accidents, just send us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
just send
gotta-
them our way.
we'll
I got a
handle
couple more projects on the porch.
We'll be your accident consumer. You know, but guys, this has been a great episode.
been
Honestly,
phenomenal.
the
Feel
knowledge, the jokes, Anthony. You we were trying to give you the shit. You gave us the shit right back, and I love that. I love that. Anything else? Anybody want to say before we dip out of here on episode 72?
Any
Man,
quick shout
I feel like I could be here for a long time just talking away.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
It's been
awesome.
phenomenal.
Easy.
Again, I can tell stories about every single bottle in here, and I know you guys don't have the time for that, but no, I really do appreciate you all coming out here, sitting down with me. This is like the Italian version of breaking bread with people.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you shared pours with me, so you guys are now family. Really appreciate everything that
Thank
you guys
you.
do.
Thank you, man.
And just one last cheers for you guys.
Yes, sir.
With the cigar study. Cheers, all. No, thank you very
Cheers.
much.
Thank you guys.
Guys,
But
yeah. I was going to say we are at the Whiskey Library. If you have not checked it out, check it out on Instagram. I think you can find it at what?
The Bourbon Whiskey Library.
The Bourbon Whiskey Library.
Yep, all one word, no underscores. Otherwise, you're going to get scammers.
Gotcha. If you want to shout anyone else out, you know.
No need to shout anybody else out. No shameless plugs here.
Yeah, there we
Okay.
go. Hell yeah.
Shameless plugs.
Anthony, once again, as Drew said, thank you very much for having us in here. Just a wonderful time. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this has been episode 72 of the Flights of the Round Table podcast. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, wonderful week, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Peace.
Prost.
Inshallah.
Salud.